taking notes, the word Moses, bawat pangalan ay binibigyan ko ng meaning. Moses means saved from the water. Yan ang meaning ng Moses. Saved from the water. Natutuo naman dahil nilagay siya sa basket at then pinaanod at nakita ng daughter ni Pero at inampon legal at naging anak na ng daughter ni Pero. At doon na save ang kanyang buhay, hindi siya napatay. Let's start with the first chapter of Moses' life, the first 40 years. First chapter niya, saan niya ginugol? The first 40 years was spent in the palace. Kaninong palasyo? Pero. Saan ang palasyo ni Pero? Egypt. Okay? So ang unang chapter ng buhay ni Moses was spent in the palace. What a privilege, what an honor to be in the palace. But the problem is, the palace is not of God.
Amen.
The palace is of the devil because Pharaoh is the type of Satan. Si Pharaoh ay isang tipo or type, simbolo ni Satan. So Moses spent 40 years in Egypt in the palace of the king, doing the things of the world and not the things of God. At tatlo ang kanyang pinapilan dito. Before going to that, let's go to Hebrews 11. Tignan natin kung ano ang sinasabi ng New Testament about Moses. Hebrews chapter 11. Following now in verse number 23. By faith, Moses, when he was born, was hid 3 months of his parents, because they saw that he was a proper child, and they were not afraid of the king's commandment. Ano yung king's commandment galing? Kill all male babies. Abortion. So tinapos siya ang mga wigwams, hindi siya pinatay. Dahil sila ay natakot sa Diyos. By faith, Moses, when he was come 3 years, meaning napunta na siya sa legal edad. He was come 3 years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, meaning he is about to replace the king. Siya na ang kahalili bilang hari. And to be king of Egypt during that time, that's a prestigious position. Because Egypt during that time was the greatest nation of the world, the most powerful nation of the world. In fact, yung mga iba natin structure ngayon, architectural structure, educational, lahat ng mga bagay na ito na kopya natin sa Egypt. Hindi pa rin matatalo ang Egypt. In the 7 wonders of the world, number 1, ang Egypt sa wonders of the world. Number 1 ang Great Pyramid, and then the Hanging Garden of Nebuchadnezzar. So, napaka-magitin na lugar ito. Pag naging hari ka, ikaw ay sasambahin ng lahat ng nasyon. Like America before. Hindi na. America is being mocked. Nations of the world are making fun of America. Dahilan sa walang ng power ng Amerika. But before, ang lahat ng nasyon gusto kopyahin ng Amerika. Ang lahat ng nasyon gusto pupunta sa Amerika. Because during the time they were becoming to be the great nation of the world. Ganun din ang Egypt. So yun ang nangyari sa kanya. He spent his 40 years in the palace. And tatlo ang kanyang papel sa aking nasabi. Number 1, he was a student. As a student, he learned the wisdom of Egypt. Acts chapter number 7. Acts chapter number 7. Habang nandun siya, of Egypt. Bilang estudyante, he learned the wisdom of Egypt. Acts chapter 7, verse number 22, and Moses was learned, meaning educated. Moses was learned in all the wisdom of the Egyptians and was mighty in words and in deeds. Hindi mo basta-basta ma-understand ang kakayahan ni Moses. Bilang estudyante doon, natuto siya ng mga tinatawag na malalim na mga wisdom. Ang mga Egyptian parables, Egyptian proverbs, nandun doon lahat at natutunan ni Moses. Pero mo kari ang ama niya. Although adopted na siya, but legal ang adoption niya. Hari ang ama, siyempre bibigyan ka ng number 1, the best education in the world. Amen?
Amen.
O ano ang mga best colleges ngayon? Doon ka sa Harvard, sa Yale University, pag nag-graduate ka, kung dito sa Pilipinas, maaaring Ateneo, Lentran, UP, yung mga pangalan na yan. Doon sa Egypt, pinaka-best ang education ni Moses doon. Walang duda, he was a scholar academically. And as a student, ang lahat ng wisdom ng Egyptian ay natutuhan niya, and he was mighty, sabi ng Bible. He was mighty in words and in power. Nagkaroon tayo ng presidente na talagang magaling at matalino by the name of Marcos, in the person of President Marcos, the only man na nag-review ng law sa kulungan. Nagbasa lang doon at nag-review. E na-priso siya dahil sa kaso na nasangkot siya ng murder. So doon sa prisuhan, nag-review siya. At hiningin niya na nakuha ng exam, pinantayan siya doon, nakuha siya ng exam doon mismo. Hindi siya nag-review sa malalaking mga universidad. Anong nangyari? Top-notcher si Marcos. At nung top-notcher na siya, naging legal na siya na abogado, ang first na kaso na hinandol niya, alam niyo kanino? Ang sarili niyang kaso. He asked the Supreme Court, ako ang mag-abogado sa aking kaso. And he reasoned out, binigyan niya ng mga rason. Wala magawang Supreme Court, he allowed him to be his own attorney. And he won that case. You know that? The only president na pag nag-speech, walang kupya. Walang pinabasa. So, talagang masabi natin na genius si Marcos. At kung totoo lang, ikumpara natin ang mga administration after being under the president, malayo. In fact, mas gusto ko kung nandito pa siya, mas maganda kayo kanyang pamamahala. Kaysa sa mga ilang kumbay mo lahat mo, mula sa kay Aquino, Fidel Ramos, Arroyo, and Aquino again. So yan ang nabigyan tayo. Only of course ay kurap ang iyang mga tao. Actually, ang nagkurap ang mga tao niya. And the moment na napabayaan ng mga tao mo, then the king will also be contaminated. Yun ang sabi ng Bible. But Moses, as a student, ito ang kanyang ginugol sa 40 years niya. He was in the palace. God allowed him to be there. May plano ng Panginoon sa kanyang buhay. He was a student and learned from the wisdom of the Egyptian. He became mighty in power. Number 2, hindi lamang siya sa student, but he was a statesman. Dahil mag-lead siya mamaya, mag-statement ka, meaning isa kang leader, magiging hari ka mamaya, magiging leader ka mamaya. And as a statement, we learn the principles of strong leadership. Kasi naniniwala tayo mga kapatid na ang kabagsakan ng nasyon ang magiging kapindihan ng pamamahay ng simbahan na sa leadership. Everything stands or falls on leadership.
Amen.
Pag ang leadership mahina, babagsak ang pamamahay mo. Pag ikaw ay bana na hindi mo kaya i-lead ang pamilya mo, babagsak ka. Pag ikaw ay lalaki na pastor sa simbahan and your leadership is weak, then your church will become weak and will, of course, end up to apostasy. Everything stands or falls on leadership. Moses was trained to be a statesman dahil hinuhubog siya nabuhubog mamaya sa trono. Of course, we know, nabasa natin na nag-review siya. But wala duda during that 40 years, hinubog siya na magiging leader, magiging great leaders as a statesman. Of course, number 3, on his first 40 years in the palace, he was a soldier. And as a soldier, he learned the power of warfare and combat. Iba kasi noon at ngayon. Ngayon, pag anak ka ng presidente, alagaan ka mabuti, hindi ka kakagat sa lamok. Flawless ka. Paaralin ka ng magaling, okay, pero hindi ka isasaba. Napapansin nyo ba yung mga sa England, si Charles, sino itong mga anak ng mga hari doon, nagkakabayo, nag-i-involve sa military. In the Old Testament, pag anak ka ng hari, talagang iti-training ka bilang sundalo, bababae ka malalaki. That's why wala magiging hari na hindi alam ang paggamit ng sandata. At during that time, again, babalikan natin na Egypt was the greatest nation in the world. We have the best soldiers in the world. Amen. Walang nakakatalo sa kanila. At wala duda si Moses, alam niya ang lahat ng mga combat and warfare. Natuto siya paano gawin, pagsakay ng kabayo, paggamit ng bow, paggamit ng espada. Lahat ng klase. Pag sinabing Egyptian soldier ka, ay kagaya ka ng mga Navy SEALs, Green Beret, di ba sir? Ano pa, mga Marines. Yan ang magagaling sa mga pulis naman, Ranger. Ang Ranger ba tayo sa SWAT? Anyway, so yan ang mga kadakihan ni Moses. Kaya nga kahit na hamunin, may pinatay na siya na Egyptian. Nakita ng Egyptian, binubugbog ang Hudyo, ay bilang Hudyo, naawa siya sa kanyang kapatid sa dugo, pinatay niya yung Egyptian. That's why he ended up in the desert. Tumakas siya mula doon sa palace. Yun naman ang second 40 years niya at pupunta tayo doon. So ito ang unang 40 years ni Moses. He spent his life for 40 years in Egypt in the palace of the king as a student, as a statesman, as a soldier. Now let's go to the second chapter of his life. Second 40 years naman. Saan na naman ginugol ang pangalawang 40 katuig? Saan na ginugol ang second 40 years? The second chapter of his life is spent in pasture. At ito na nga ang nabasa natin sa Exodus chapter number 3. He was tending the flock of his father-in-law. Dahil mula sa pagkatakas niya, walang tangtang na binasa ang chapter 2, pinatay na yung Egyptian at tumakas na siya sa awa niya na binubugbog ang Hudyo at bilang Hudyo naturuan na siya na kapatid ng mga Hudyo. He was not an Egyptian, pinaalam sa kanyang nanay niya na hindi ikaw Egyptian, ikaw ay isang Hudyo. At nung binubugbog ang isang Hudyo, yung isang Egyptian, pinatay na yun, and then of course tumakas siya. And he ended up in the backside of the desert. Backside, meaning doon sa kabila ng deserto, and he spent his 40 years in pasture. And then, during this time, God is training him to be a shepherd. Amen?
Amen.
God is now molding Moses to become the greatest leader of the nation of Israel, becoming a shepherd. So, tatlong bagay ang ilalagay ko rito. Number 1, we learn on God's curriculum as mentioned in Exodus 3. Nabasa natin. Tinawag siya ng Panginoon, ako ang iyong Diyos, gagamitin kita